Honestly, that was like the best freaking introduction. Honestly, the fact that you were there, because I was so stressed out, like I told you. So
Well,
I
now
feel
you
so
have
calm right now.
you have so much
And
fodder.
I've already got the ball rolling.
Yes.
In terms of like, okay,
Conversation.
this is how I'll greet my friend.
Absolutely, saying,
And-
man, you gotta like hear about this.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in there like, I'm so sorry that I'm late.
My Uber rider was too chatty. No, I'm kidding.
I get this great Uber, and then
Consider even repeating the conversation with her as well too. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who
it just
knows? I'll continue this with her.
excellent. Hi,
Hi, Uber.
I'm your Uber.
Thank you so much for waiting.
You're welcome, dear. How's it going?
Good.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure, dear.
Hang on, just let me see if
I'm in
I
no
didn't
rush.
grab my Band-Aid.
I'll wait for you. No worries. Better to do it while you're
You're
here.
so kind.
Oh, it's no worries, dear.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Hello, Hashini.
How are you?
Did I pronounce your name correctly?
Yes, that's right. That's
Machine.
exactly right.
Good.
Yeah.
You know, those vowels can get us always into trouble because it's like, oh, which one do you emphasize and which way do you go? And
Downtown.
sorry, I meant as far as the vowels and pronunciation.
Sorry?
As far as the vowels and pronunciation, that's
Oh,
what
it's
it's
great.
referencing. Thank you.
You're amazing.
Thank you. You caught me on a good day.
How was your day?
It was involved. I was at work and work. I mean, I enjoy my work, but it can also get. Sometimes there's a lot of work to accomplish in a short span of time.
Oh, yeah,
You probably know what that's all about.
That's so true.
So yeah, it's been a few of those days, but I was reflecting on the guy I was training today.
Oh.
How amazing it is when you make it to the end of a day, and I often reflect on how grateful I am that, for example, our trucks are in one piece. For example, the guys
Yeah.
got back safely. You know, there's a
Yeah.
lot of things that happen along the way.
Awesome. What kind of job do you do?
So I manage a warehouse.
No way.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
No.
That's an amazing job.
It is. I'm leaving that job though in
Are
about a
you?
month and a half.
Are you going to go full time on this?
Yeah, I'm gonna come back to do this full time.
Honestly, I've heard from so many people that
Yeah.
had like managerial positions, and
Yeah.
then they just like, I pick Uber.
Oh,
You know, your own time, your own schedule.
true. There's a lot of perks. Like, I mean, I also really enjoy that job. It's a sad decision I had to make there. No, I didn't have to make it. I chose to make it. But it was just
Oh.
one of those that I told them if I didn't have a sense of purpose of what I want to accomplish in life, then
love
I'm
that.
more than happy here. But when you have that sense, I must beckon to that
Yeah.
call. Yeah.
That's
I must be
amazing.
that
Good
beckon.
on you.
Thank you.
This is like so much positivity
Yeah.
that I did not expect on this ride.
Aw.
Honestly.
I'm-
Honestly, I was supposed to meet this amazing girl I
Yes.
met online.
Yes.
And you know, you're in Canada, it's so tough to find like friends.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I had to take an online test. And I didn't realize that it's gonna exceed 7 p.m., which was our meeting time.
Oh,
And
shucks.
she's just texting me, and I'm like fully focused on my test. She's like, hey, I'm in front of the thing.
Oh,
Where
no.
are you? I'm like,
Oh.
I am coming.
Shoot.
I'm
We'll get you
literally-
there.
Do you know how long it's showing us to get there?
About 13 minutes.
13 minutes?
Yeah, give her a
Okay.
heads up. About 13, 15 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna tell her.
Excellent.
Oh. And like I was feeling so panicked, and then you were just like so sweet.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, that's
hear
really
ya.
nice.
I hear ya.
Honestly, you need that. There's so much negativity, like in life in general.
I
you
hear
know.
ya. I hear ya.
And so,
We got a good 13 minutes here. Are you up for a game?
a game.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, so one of the themes I focus on specifically in life, just because it's something I've wanted to work at for a long time, is this
Sure.
theme of integrity. So
Integrity.
I've got
okay.
my notepad in front of me here.
Yeah.
I've got a list of questions, thought-provoking questions from 1 to 20.
Okay.
So if you choose me a number between 1 and 20, I'll just embark in the dark with you on
Okay.
this theme here. Does that sound fair?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so what's your number you choose?
with like 10.
10. Okay. So 10 it asks, is it okay for integrity to be compromised for the greater good? Ooh.
Who's answering? Do I have to answer?
Yeah, I mean, we can
We
both
can
collaborate.
discuss, okay.
Absolutely, yeah.
Can integrity
Be compromised for the
greater
greater good. Ooh.
Honestly, this is like a massive moral question.
It is.
And it's so funny.
Yeah.
I was just doing a test for
Yes.
like one of these. Literally, my integrity is like number one.
Okay.
But like, if it saves the life of 1,000 people,
Yeah.
would I kill one person? I don't think I could,
Ooh.
to be honest.
Yeah.
Unless it was my duty to do that. Like, I know this person is a terrorist,
Yeah.
a criminal, or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
I would not kill that person.
I see.
Like if they tell me,
Yeah.
like if it is the terrorist himself,
Yeah.
I might do it.
Yeah.
But if the terrorist is killing me, kill this child who's totally innocent.
Yeah.
But it will save 1,000 others. I don't think I can kill the child.
Gotcha.
But I would kill the terrorist.
So
'Cause
maybe
it would- yeah.
I'll back up a little bit and ask, how do you define or feel into the word integrity? Like, what does that mean to you?
Feeling of integrity.
Feel it, or the description, or the way you say, here's how it makes sense to me, integrity.
I guess it's right from wrong, isn't it?
Right from
it's,
wrong. Gotcha.
I'm in law as well. Like
Yeah.
my background is law.
Yeah.
So fairness.
Yes.
To be just in a situation is
Okay.
like really important to me.
Okay.
Well, I've been trained that way.
Yeah.
So like even when you negotiate, even though my clients,
Yeah.
my first interest,
Yeah.
I wouldn't negotiate to totally screw over the other guy.
Right.
I don't think so.
Gotcha.
I don't think I would do that.
So there's
it's
things that
just
keep
like
you in check.
Yeah, like right and wrong and just not
Gotcha.
crossing the boundaries. Just unfairness. Don't be unfair, regardless of whatever interests you may have. Be
Gotcha.
fair.
Gotcha. And fairness according to who?
What can I say? When you
Mhm.
study law
Yeah.
long enough,
Yeah.
you develop a sense of what's fair.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's according to human rights,
Yeah.
the law.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. So
stuff
like there's
that.
a parameter you're aligning yourself to, basically.
Sorry.
There are parameters you're aligning to yourself with, saying here's what is being called on externally to align with.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I
Okay.
don't. And also, I guess religion to some extent.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Like don't
true.
steal.
Yeah.
Don't screw anybody over.
Sure.
Don't steal.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that honestly, this is so funny because there's actually a module that you study called morality and law.
Mhm.
So it's something that we've actually had to grapple with in law school.
Oh
so
goodness. Okay.
This is so fun. What do you think? What do you think integrity is?
Integrity for me is when your inside values, the ones a person subscribes to morally, where they're
Yeah.
like, this is what right and wrong feels like for me,
Yeah.
based on not. I mean, at some point, a person owns whatever it is that they grew up with. There's
Yeah.
certain things they'll be like, I grew up with this, but I don't find that compelling, so I'm going to put that to the side. But if I were to be really asked what do I believe, here's what I subscribe to. It's the thing that they say, this is right and wrong for me, despite the fear they may have of what other people think, despite what anyone else says. They're like, this is what my true north is internally,
Yeah, that's
in a way
important.
where that. Oh, hello there.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, right there.
It's a kid. I think.
Yeah, I know he is.
Literally a kid.
He is
A massive.
learning to be aware of his surroundings. Yeah, it's that elements where
Yeah.
a person knows that. But then the second part is when a person is able to align their internal values that they really believe in with their external actions. So that's the really necessary secondary part, because a person could have, I think every one of us has our moral compass that we subscribe to regardless of what other people think on the inside and how we truly feel.
Yeah.
But most of us, I think, struggle in actually doing it. So it's kind of like, when you, for example, parents will say, don't do as I do as I say, because they're struggling to align those two, for example. So that's in my perspective.
So if I get that
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
what you're saying is, okay, we have all of these values
Yes.
internally,
Yeah.
things that we call as principles,
Yes.
our morals.
Yeah.
But integrity is when you actually put it to the test.
When you actually do it.
Then you actually have to do it.
When you
like,
actually do it
practically.
in a consistent way where you're like
Yeah.
aligning with what's going on inside. And so The root word here, I'm going to geek out a little bit with you, okay? The root word for integrity surprised me, but it's a mathematical word, integer. Now, an integer in math is a whole number, not 4.5. That's not an integer. 4 all by itself is a whole number.
Oh, okay.
7 minus 2, like anything that doesn't have fractions or decimals, that's a whole number, right?
Yeah.
So that's what an integer is in math. And so the feeling behind integrity is wholeness. And if you can imagine now this word that has an integer as its root base, signifying wholeness, when you have your inside and your outside aligning in a whole sort of dynamic, in a holistic way, which is in contrast to people who struggle when they're like feeling something, believing something, but not doing it. So for example, if a person's true moral compass is honesty, but they struggle to being honest, there's a discord, there is a division. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so that's why I appreciate this conversation is I think once we understand the feeling behind it, ideas are powerful for me, Minishe. And so when I find an idea really compelling, I'm like, okay, now I want to act it out, basically, right?
Yeah.
And so for many people, they don't have access to this wholeness. So now bring that back into our question. Is it okay in any context for one to compromise one's integrity for the sake of the greater good? And it's still a challenging predicament to like work through, right? Because now you're talking about what do I really believe?
Worse.
Well, here for you, you're saying I don't believe I should kill someone, so I'm not going to kill someone regardless what the cost is. You're like, ooh, that's a tough one.
That's another thing. Like I wouldn't say I have a problem with it, but it baffles me if someone just sticks to their guns and is not adaptable to a situation. Like, sure, let's say I never let my hair down. And that's my thing. I will not, like, I will not let down my hair. And then there is a situation where letting down my hair would be beneficial for so many people. Like, why wouldn't you let down your hair?
Gotcha.
Obviously, you have to balance the harm it does to you versus benefit to other people. Like,
The real challenge there, I would also say, because I was there, is being a people pleaser. Knowing why you're doing whatever it is you're doing.
Honestly, I took a test, and they told me I'm like an acute, critical,
welcome to the gang.
dangerous.
I know, and that's the thing, is it's difficult when you're trying to please others and you're more aware of external expectations than you are of your internal compass. That's a real challenging part.
I'm a pretty selfless person. That's the issue.
Right,
but then again, like, I'm pretty good at being like, no, I will not do this.
Amazing.
Like, I would not even go near that to keep myself from not breaking it. You know? So it's.
I got a part 2 for you here in just the last couple minutes, and this one here, it's a bigger ask, and I want to encourage you at the outset, please say no if that's what you feel, because I don't like the people-pleasing tendency. I'm glad you confessed that to me, but listen, I want to honor a no, because a no is a really important response that I want to normalize as a way of saying, it's not that you're making anyone feel bad or anything, it's just you're saying this isn't where I'm at. So I want to encourage that before I even ask my request here, because I want to celebrate that just as much as I celebrate a yes. I love, like, online, I share a lot of conversations on the theme of integrity to inspire others in their own understanding of it. I would love to share this conversation if you're okay with that. It's a big ask because that means...
Oh, you want to share this conversation
the video of this,
online?
I would love to, if you're okay and you're comfortable with that. But like I say, it's a big ask that people necessarily aren't comfortable with, because a lot of people value their privacy. A lot of people do not want to lose that, and that's why I want to just bring that up by way of saying...
I would need to think about that one.
Absolutely.
Let's see, what did I say all this time?
Sure, and I appreciate that recollection. On my end, it's not that I'm desperate to. It's more like I'm saying,
totally
hey, this is something.
Because
that...
honestly, I watch content online, and I love when people share like their chats with people and like interviews and stuff like that. I love that, and a lot of thought went into this.
It inspires a lot of people, but the thing is, it's a big ask, like I'm saying, and I wouldn't be asking if you'd compromise yourself from my standing. I'm usually aware of that as well too, but. Yeah.
Let me think about that one.
Absolutely. Take your time.
I'm just mad I mentioned my interview.
Oh, your interview?
I'd be fine.
Hey, no, I wouldn't be mad because you did not see this on the radar and it wasn't part of the plan.
Yeah. But had you told me, I would have loved to have done it.
Oh, I'm sure you would. I'm sure you would. I like the candid approach as well too.
Yeah.
Right? But I want to honor that as well too, because that's an important consideration.
I'm so mad. If I didn't mention it, I'd be totally fine.
Would you like me to edit that out?
Seen by,
No, I hear ya.
Yeah.
I'm happy to edit that part out if that's your only concern.
Yeah, sure.
I'll just cut that part out if you're okay with that.
Yeah, just take out the part where I'm mentioning about,
that certain part,
Done. No problem.
I'm happy to do that. And if you're okay with that too.
Oh, yeah. Okay. No worries. Thank you.
You're welcome, Nishini. It's my pleasure. Like I say, I wasn't concerned about our time together. I knew you were going to be good company already.
Honestly, that was like the best freaking introduction. Honestly, the fact that you were there, because I was so stressed out, like I told you. So
well, now you have
calm right now.
You have so much fodder.
I've already got the ball rolling.
Yes.
In terms of like
conversation.
Okay, this is how I'll greet my friend.
Absolutely, saying, man, you got to like hear about this.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in there like I'm so sorry that I'm late.
My Uber rider was too chatty. No, I'm kidding.
I got this great Uber, and then
consider even repeating the conversation with her as well too. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who knows? I'll continue this with her.
Excellent.
We're both immigrants, so
yes.
I'm sure we'll have a lot to discuss.
Brilliant.
Is this guy trying to come into the lane?
They're trying to sneak in here. I'll be gracious to them. How long have you been here for?
I've been here like literally 7 months.
Oh goodness, you're fresh.
Fresh. Literally.
Okay.
Into the hot boiling oil. I've fallen in. Getting fried. Canada is not easy at all.
Can I propose in the midst of this drastic change in your life, there is plenty of opportunity for personal growth.
That
so
true.
it is not comfortable, but in hindsight, it'll be like, okay, I'm glad I went through that.
Yeah.
So there's that.
I agree. I mean, since I've come here, I've learned a lot about my field. That's more advanced in Canada than it is back home.
Okay.
Like back home, it was a very slow pace.
Yeah.
You go home at 4.
Yeah.
And you have your own life. And here it's like tack, 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 tack. But
Rat-a-tat-tat,
there's more transparency with the client.
Right.
About how much you pay, what you do exactly by the minute.
Okay.
Well, in the legal world.
Yeah.
And that's something that's new for me. And so there's legal softwares that I've had to learn, and it's like really interesting. And so I was like, okay, I came here to see what a first world country legal industry looks like, and I've seen it. And I'm like in the process of like, getting my license and all of that. So. Hopefully it improves. I am taking advantage of the opportunities that exist.
I'm glad to hear. My
This
dear,
was lovely chatting to you.
It was lovely as well too. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Here.
Right over here.
Yeah.
Just pull over here. My pleasure. I hope your rendezvous goes really well.
Thank you.
Hope to see you again sometime. Oh yeah. No problem.
Cool.
And your umbrella as well.
Oh my gosh. I really do leave it everywhere.
I got you, dear. I got you. Bye, dear.